29, even when we're writing the script, a lot of it is kind of improv. It's like the two of us sitting in a, we actually wrote the script in Palm Springs. We just went and did a little...
Hung out with a bunch of old people.
Yeah, it's really hot happening town.
Big Zelda town.
What's that?
Big Zelda town.
Yeah, it's a huge Zelda town. We were mobbed. But it's like us in a hotel room just riffing off of each other and being like, okay, what happens if they're in a store? Well, I'll play the storekeeper and you play Neil, and then let's just riff. And then, I know all these, Mike and Scott and Felicia, they're all such great improvisers, so I know ahead of time that I'm going to get, 25% more out of them than, if they were just going line by line.
And we take credit for it.
Yeah, we'll take credit for that.
Let's take a step back. Tell us how the legend of Neil began. And so it began.
The origins are the legend of Neil is that I was, I love Zelda. Growing up, that game was it was the game for me. I mean, it blew my mind as an 8-year-old. And, so cut to, 15, 18 years later. And I can't even do the math, apparently. But my roommate got the old NES, like a little care package or something from his mom, and Zelda was with it. And he was like, oh, I can beat this game in like 30 minutes. I'm like, dude, fuck you, you can't. Like, who can do that? That game took, I feel like, 8 years of my life to beat that game. So while he was playing it, I was watching him, and I was just thinking about, all right, because the game you're just like in the middle of this world, you're Link, you have nothing but a shield, and then you wander into this cave, and who the hell is this old man, and why does he have a sword, and why is he hooded, and how are you supposed to kill things with that? And so I just started thinking of all these kind of jokes, and I started writing. I was also drinking heavily.
As usual.
As per usual.
It's not funny.
Is this an intervention? Is that what
We gathered everybody here for an intervention on you.
Well, it's not Adam, it's A&E, so weird.
So we should give a warm round of applause for Core's original and Sandeep's roommate Lafitte.
Yes. I wrote the script that night, and it was still funny in the morning, and I decided to shoot it, and I knew I wanted Tony to play Neil. And
how did you guys know each other?
Through improv. We did improv at this place called the Empty Stage in LA. It no longer exists. But,
and what about a drunk, masturbatory video game player made you think of Tony?
I feel like it's fairly obvious.
I mean, that's a Monday night for me.
Awesome. Glad Comic-Con started on a Thursday. Tell us a little bit about playing Neil. So Sandeep gave you the script, and then you're reading it, and you're going...
Yeah, he sent it to me, and I emailed him back right away. I was like, this is hilarious, we gotta do it. But yeah, I mean, playing Neil's been pretty awesome, actually, because outside of him being disgusting and kind of an asshole, he's not that much different from me. I mean, I think a lot of the actions he has sarcastic dickhead comments are things that I would probably do in the same situation.
What I love about Neil is that he has a beer cooler. Like in that first episode, the beer isn't in the fridge. He's got a separate, it's very classy.
Oh, it's very classy.
For the Budweiser.
Oh yeah.
So that's actually in my house. It's a wine cooler. I don't think we've ever had wine in that fridge. It is basically our beer cooler. So it's true to life.
Well, that's good. Let's talk about sets for a second, because one of the things that's really impressive is you guys managed to create a high and low budget feel at the same time. So whereas other web series, I think, use it to kind of a cheesy effect, I think you, tell me how you make the cave, because that looks awesome. Is that just going to the UPS store and grabbing a bunch of brown paper, or?
So our production designer and producer, Leah Mann, who's in the audience. She's kind of a producer too, but we give her no budget to make any of that stuff. And I think that's part of the fun, is how she's able to use, the cave is paper. I mean, it's just brown paper that you buy from Michael's or something. It's all crumpled up, and it's beautifully lit, and so it kind of gives that effect, that sort of lo-fi effect, which I love. I grew up watching Monty Python, and And that's what they specialize in. You can always see, when they bumped into the walls, they moved back, and it just adds an extra layer of comedy to it. So yeah, our dragons are made out of styrofoam, our bombs are made out of styrofoam. A lot's made out of styrofoam. But yeah, it's a lot of most everything is handcrafted by Leah and her her art department. So they spend a lot of time with really, really cheap materials making stuff look really cool.
And I want you to, we'll get to Q&A in just a little bit, but there are just a couple more things I want to make sure we talk about. One of which being, Felicia, you are probably predominantly known for playing very sweet-natured characters. And you go from Penny to singing about donkey punches, which I'm not sure what was in the original Dr. Horrible script, but...
No donkey punches.
So when Sandeep came to you and said, hey, I've got this part for you, you're going to love it, what was kind of your initial reaction in your coming on board?
I mean, for season 1, I read it and I was like, this is hilarious. He was like, you're gonna be dirty and nasty, and he kind of wrote it for me because I try to be really careful, but I have a very, very filthy mouth. So in real life, I try not to say the C word in public. Probably if I be the ass word. Whoops. Okay. So anyway, so that's kind of true to life, and he just thought that was so funny that I always swear so much, and he wrote it in the script. And then for season 2, which is noticeably dirtier, I didn't know what finger cups were. I really actually had to Google that one. So he taught me on that one. It was a
great conversation to listen in on.
research, acting research. Some websites.
Put it on your taxes.
So, aside from a few negotiated points about whether I was going to say the word cock or not.
What you did?
I did actually, but you said you were going to believe it, so. It's the uncensored version, right?
Right, this is the uncensored version.
So aside from that, I think it's really funny, and I thought it would be really fun to try to play against type, and it's fun doing different characters, so I'm a fairy, and there's a lot of CGI work going on, as well as, maybe some true to life language that I use sometimes, except for finger cuffing.
So everything in there but finger cuffing is something that you would say on the day-to-day.
I was familiar with.
Oh, yeah.